Hello and welcome back to another vlog. I actually didn't think I was going to get a vlog out this weekend because this week has been bonkers. But it's Friday afternoon and I've just finished work and the sun is still shining. Like, hello spring. So I thought, well, we've got like an hour or two before dinner. I thought, let's get a vlog made. And it's actually one of the things I wanted to share, one of my favourite things to talk about. It is our dining reservations for our upcoming trip in May. I also have something to share. We have a new toy, which is what I'm currently filming on. So it's the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So I'm coming at you now in 4K. So if you spot the grey hairs, we are not going to talk about those. Thank you very much. So on to the dining reservations. I've got my phone here with all of them on, and it really is like one of our favourite things to do. Like when we think about Disney and our trips, it's always like hand in hand with the food because it's just one of our favourite parts. I think I mentioned in the trip announcement vlog around the fact that we want to do new experiences every time, so it's not the same trip, and we try and achieve that through the dining, so we'll do different dining each time. But it is a balance because we have our favourites and some of them are such a favourite that we can't have a trip without them. So there are some favourites like sneaking in, but a lot of them are sort of brand new to us, which I'm really excited for. So starting strong with 1900 Park Fair, which is over at the Grand Floridian. And we haven't done that one since, well, obviously before it closed, back in 2019. We understand the characters are very different now. So I think back in the day it was Mary Poppins, it was Tigger and Pooh, the Mad Hatter. I remember that we wore outfits like themed to that. Now, who have I seen? Mirabelle, which I'm super excited to meet Mirabelle because Encanto is like one of my faves up there in terms of fave Disney movies. Then there is Prince Ali, which is very exciting. Tiana in her new adventurer outfit. So was there anyone else? I don't think I've seen anyone else, but even those three I'm very happy with. And we do love a breakfast in Walt Disney World. So I'm very happy for 1900 Park Fair. I thought that reservation was going to be really hard to get because it's obviously only just reopened. But no, we are there for breakfast on our first day. The next one that we have booked for our first Hollywood Studios day is Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. And this is the new restaurant that is in the Toy Story area. And we watched that being built and we're really excited for that to open. I've seen that in people's vlogs and the food has been reported as very good, particularly the Prospector's biscuits, I think it is. So we have that for dinner, and not only are we looking forward to the food because we love like a barbecue style food, but the theming of the restaurant itself, but also the Andy's coming that they do in the restaurant where everyone has to freeze like a toy. I think that's really fun and something a little bit different. I quite like when they have the themed dinners, but there's like a little bit more to it. So we're looking forward to that one. Our first Animal Kingdom day is our sort of old favourites. And to be fair, I don't think there is any new dining in Animal Kingdom that I'm aware of. We have done all of the dining in Animal Kingdom and so much of it is actually so good. Like, we love the food over there. But we are starting with Tusker House breakfast, and it really is one of our favourites. If you've been watching any of our trips, you'll know how crazy I go for the morning curry for the breakfast option, which I know is not up everyone's street, but I love a curry and I love it for breakfast. So really happy with that one. And then that evening we have booked Yak and Yeti. So we are Landry Select Club members. It does mean as you're dining there, you can accrue points, which you can convert into money off your bill. So we usually tend to always have like a Landry's restaurant booked so that we can keep accruing and spending the points that we've earned. But Yak and Yeti, we also love, particularly the chicken tikka masala and also the is it the cheesecake wontons with the pineapple, the grilled pineapple. Oh, so good. And this is the thing, when we think about dining, it's always very specific things that we've eaten that I always tend to like obsess over when we're not in Disney, and always thinking, oh, I'd love to be eating that. Definitely the food at Yakki Yeti is one of those. The next new dining that we have is over at Disney Springs, and it's the Boathouse. I think I mentioned it in the announcement vlog, but those rubber ducky cocktails look so cute. I don't even know what the ingredients are in it and if it's anything I actually like, but the aesthetic of it is adorable. So I'll choke it down one way or another, I'm sure. But the food there looks really good. I've heard very good reviews, seen it in lots of other people's vlogs. Obviously, the location is great in Disney Springs. We're excited for that one. We have then booked for lunch Beaches and Cream, and we haven't done this one in quite a while, I think on our 2022 trip. Not only did we love the food that they did there, but of course the ice cream sundaes. We are a sucker for them. That hot fudge sundae sauce, I can't get enough of that. And Oscar in particular loved the peanut butter version of that with the peanut butter sauce and the peanut butter chips. Really not for me, but they were able to do that on a separate plate so we could still share one, and they could just sprinkle it with all their peanut butteriness. But that's a great option, and we thought the price was quite reasonable, really well located. So again, we could like hop into one of the parks on that day. I think we're doing that one after we get off the cruise, so we've booked that one as a slightly later lunch just to give us time to get the bus transfer back across to Disney and over to the boardwalk area for that. So that one will be a good one. We've then also booked, not a new one for us, but Mama Melrose, and I know this one always prompts some kind of debate. I think some people love it, some people hate it. We have had consistently good food there, and Oscar loves steak at the moment, but he also loves his pizza and pastas, so it's just a safe bet. And I think the food choices in Hollywood Studios we don't love necessarily. I'm hoping that the barbecue roundup will change that, but I think sometimes when we think about Hollywood Studios, because we've done Sci-Fi Diner quite a few times, we've done Primetime Cafe, we've done Hollywood Brown Derby back in the day. Yeah, they don't really jump out at me as like I must return. So, but Mama Melrose is pretty good. So we've booked that one for our Hollywood Studios day just to make sure that we can eat before Fantasmic. And for one of our Magic Kingdom days, we have booked double Steakhouse 71. We've booked it for breakfast and we've booked it for dinner that evening because it's just so easy to walk to from Magic Kingdom. We love the breakfast there. They do Eggs Benedict, which is always going to shoot up the list for me. We thought it was really reasonably priced. We've always had great service in there and the food has been fantastic. We have eaten dinner there before. Maybe this doesn't sound good actually, but it doesn't really jump out at me, to be honest. What does that say about the food? I don't know. But like I say, at the moment, Oscar is loving his steak. Obviously, we don't have it that often at home, so it's nice to go out for that. So for that one, we do love a steak dinner. We do consider that like a bit of a splurge item. I really did want to go back to Yachtsman, but it's just very pricey, and I think Steakhouse 71 is similar-ish food, maybe not as good, but pricing-wise is obviously a lot different. So that's why that one has been booked. And then we have managed to secure our Boma breakfast, which I'm really happy about. A lot of you commented or messaged me after the announcement vlog to say, you're going to love it. I'm really excited for that one because that is new to us and we have heard so many positive things and obviously just recently as well. So that one is a good one to get and to try something different. And we do love Animal Kingdom Lodge. As I mentioned, it's high on the bucket list. So we'll try and do as many experiences around there as we can because it's like such a lovely resort. Similarly, we have Sanaa booked. Again, we haven't been there since 2019. We had a fantastic meal there back then. I have since been on our March trip when we were hotel hopping. I picked up the bread service for a lunch and it was just as good as I remembered. And yeah, can't wait for that one. Just love the fact of having your dinner, looking out, seeing the Jaffs, Jaffs, that's what we call them. One day we are going to have to stay there, but I don't think you'll be able to get me to leave the room because the views are incredible. We have booked that to eat with friends because we are planning meeting up with some of our friends, so that's going to be a sort of bigger group for that one, and they're just as excited about that as we are, which is good. And similarly, the next dining reservation is also a broader booking because it's with friends, and that's Via Napoli at Epcot. We have been there now a couple of times, so that one's not new to us, but the size of the pizzas, they are so good for sharing, and again, quite reasonably priced to feed the three of us and more, that's going to go on the list. There's still quite a few restaurants in Epcot that we haven't tried. I think Tepanetto is one that's high on our list, but at the moment, Oscar isn't that much of an adventurous eater, so I'm not sure for the price, because it is quite pricey. I don't want to take a risk on that until maybe he's a bit older and is, you know, a bit more exploring his palate. But that one, I just love the teppanyaki style of it. And yeah, we will get to that one day. But for now, we're keeping it safe with pizza. And the final two that we've got are on the sort of end days of our trip. So we're going to finish with a breakfast at Cape May Cafe. We have done that before. I really enjoyed the sea salt caramel cinnamony style buns. They were really good. Oscar informed me as I was thinking about dining, like, just book all the breakfast buffets. That's what he wanted because he loves a breakfast buffet. And the characters and the theming is super cute there, and we just love that location. So that one made it on the list. And then finally, we've got Ohana dinner booked at the Polynesian. We have done that before, loved it before. I am kind of debating whether we keep that reservation though, because I did experience the lounge on our hotel hopping trip, and a lot of the food that's available in Ohana is also available at the lounge at a slightly different price point. So I don't know, undecided yet, because it will be our last night. I don't know if I just want to end it strong. What would you do? I don't know, tell me. But either way, we want the noodles. We want the noodles and the pineapple cake. So that is everything that we've booked for dining. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit different. Usually we go quite heavy on the character dinings, and that's always really been for Oscar, so we can double up with meeting the characters and not have to try and find them, hunt them around in the parks. But definitely with Oscar, his age and his attitude at the minute, he is less into the characters now. So we have booked 2, 3, yeah, but it's just not as heavy as it would be. He's growing up now, which is hard to get my head around. But I think, obviously, for those dining experiences, you really are paying for the characters rather than the food. I think often the food is great, which is obviously a good bonus, but that's a lot of money to pay if, you know, half of the party is not particularly fussed about it anymore. So, yeah, it's a little bit lighter this time. Probably a good balance for now. So what you also may have noticed is that what we tend to book is at least a sit down for breakfast and for dinner, maybe picking up a quick service during the day, but sometimes a sit down as well. We haven't done that this time because as I was pulling together my pricing and budgeting, and how I do that is I look at the menus, take a bit of a guesstimate of what we might order and not down to the specifics. Really don't have time for that, but is it the kind of place that we'd order a starter and a main, or a main and a pud, or does everything look great and we'd order all 3? Does it have some nice cocktails that we might have an alcoholic drink? So it does tend to give me a bit of a rough guide as to what the price is. I am a spreadsheet queen. I love that, and I keep them all up to date for each of our trips. And I have definitely noticed the difference in the pricing this time round. It has increased, and it's then obviously not just the food that's increasing, but the 20% tip on top. So I've tried not to go too overboard with the sit downs because, yeah, the cost of that can just spiral. So what we will do is tend to pick up more quick services on this trip. And, you know, in Disney, unlike other places, it's not just a burger and chips. It's not just boring food at the quick services. There's so many good options, lots of things to cater for every palate, especially in Epcot. We are going to get 1 day of Flower and Garden. It's the last day. So we will be going to that and eating our way as much as we can around the world. So there will be lots of new things to try there. But yeah, we need to keep the cost to a reasonable amount, and that will be then, you know, supplementing the sit downs with quick service or even just snacks. I mean, bring on the cheeseburger spring rolls. I think as well I can get away with, if I'm not having lunch, then maybe I can order 2 portions of the cheeseburger spring rolls, followed up by a Dole Whip swirl. Yes. You can tell I'm hungry now, waiting for dinner, because I am just thinking, oh, so much good food. And yeah, I'm excited for that. That is, for me, so much of the experience is just eating. And I love it. I love it all. So if there is anything that I've missed that you would really recommend, let me know, because we've still got time to book different things. And also quick service, if you've got any suggestions for quick service, because we've just left that really open, probably not even got anything in mind. It might just be a, where are we, what's close by, what do we kind of fancy. So if there are any quick services that are a must do for you, then do let me know so I can go and have a look and start looking at menus and getting myself excited for that. There will be another couple of videos before we go. I think there was a couple of comments around wanting to see the breakdown and how we've booked it sort of DIY, so I will do that. I do want to do an outfit planning video as well. Not everything is either ordered or here yet. I am leaving things a little bit late. It's just everything is just flying by at the minute. The time is crazy. And then is there anything else? I don't know. No, not that I can think of, but let me know if you want to see anything else. So thanks again for watching. Like I say, do let me know if there's anything that I've missed or anything you think we should try, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.